Hi everyone, how are you? It's been a while since I have actually gone live, and I'm testing out a new program called Ecam Live. But I wanted to come here online and talk a little bit about food labels. Basically, I've been hearing a lot from a lot of my clients lately about how food is either good or bad or naughty or a treat. And when it comes to food, we often tend to label our foods as good or bad, and that can really mess up with our relationship with food, because food is simply not as simple as that. In fact, there are a lot of gray areas, and this is why many people jump from diet to binging, to back to another diet, to back to binge eating, to overeating, and back to another diet, and have loads of uncontrollable cravings. What we really want is a mix of all kinds of things. So if we label food as bad, when we eat a bad food, we will feel bad. And we think that to be healthy, we must only consume good foods. So the minute we consume a so-called bad food, we will feel like we've fallen off track. And this can really lead to an all or nothing thinking. So you're either on a strict diet or else you're binging. And here is an example of how it doesn't work. Let's think about birthday cake, for example. Cake is often referred to as a bad food. And this really makes no sense, because sometimes going to a birthday party, enjoying a piece of cake with your friends can be a very healthy ritual mentally. Even nowadays that we're social distancing and we have online birthday parties like I did with my friends last time, it's completely healthy for you to mingle in this way. We need this. We need this mentally, we need this psychologically. On a similar note, eating cake every day isn't a nourishing or healthy behavior either. So a smarter way for us to be referring to food is not as good or bad, but rather more of sometimes or everyday food. See, sometimes it's positive to have a piece of birthday cake as a special occasion, but every day, not so much, and it won't make you feel good. So you need to stop and listen to your body and see how it really actually makes you feel. Because if you do actually stop and listen to your body, you will be able to find that natural balance, and you won't need to go on this all or nothing crazy diets. So you will reduce your binging and you'll just enjoy food for the sake of being food without giving it any moral value. And this is especially true if you have kids. Learning to refer to food as sometimes or every day as opposed to good or bad is really helpful for them to develop a healthy relationship with food. It's really tricky because we're always taught that there are naughty foods, treat foods, and good and bad foods. But what I want you to do is to become more aware of how often you hear these food labels implied, even how often you say it to yourself. No, I can't have that because it's bad. No, I won't have, yes, I can have this because it's good. And the next step is to try and get rid of them from your life. So even if you know you have to stop and correct yourself when you find yourself referring to food as good or bad, or giving food a moral value, by changing the language you use around food, you're going to help change the relationship you have with food. And it might not sound like a big deal, but over time, it will have a huge impact on your relationship with food. I just really wanted to come on here and talk about this, because I've been hearing this a lot from my clients the past few days, that they've been stuck at home and they've been having a lot of bad foods, and they don't want to buy any of this bad food anymore, but whenever they go to the supermarket, it sort of calls out to them. And by simply removing this label, it can make a huge difference in your life. I will be doing this more often, coming up, giving you short tidbits of information. I hope you found this interesting. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm not completely sure I did this well, since I'm using a new program. but it seems like there are 10 people watching, and I don't know if there are any comments or where I should look. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I wish you all a lovely day. Bye.